The opportunity, obviously, to come in and step into a team with the, track record of, what they've accomplished over the last few years. And then, what excited me when the opportunity came was, seeing those guys come back. Bennett re-signing, Ekblad re-signing, Marchant re-signing. That was, seeing that, it just gave you that feeling that, this group has something special and wants to continue and keep everything together. So that was exciting to see, and it's been a real easy group to step into.
Before signing, what have you heard about this locker room?
That just how close everyone is, and you hear it. I think you hear it around the league and things like that, and guys truly, I'm going off of what people say and a short experience, but it truly, I think it feels like everybody really cares about everybody in the room, and it's not just words, it's the the actions and living it out, and just in the short time I've been here, you can feel that.
You touched on a little bit there, but one thing that seems like it's always stuck out about this group is, regardless of what they've accomplished in the past, and it's been a lot, that hunger has never gone away. And in the short time you've been here, you notice that too. It seems like no matter what these guys have done in the past, that business-like approach is still there.
Yeah, and you can feel it. I think everybody in the room obviously has accomplished a lot, but they're not. It doesn't seem like they're satisfied. Like they want to continue, continue having success, and it's a hard-working group, and I've seen it. Being on the other side of it, is there was never a game that you enjoyed playing against them, and it's everybody works hard for each other, and I haven't been here for a game, but you can see it, and it's a fun group to be with so far.
Jeff, with Paul giving a lot of veteran guys basically this first week time to do the individual work, just where are you focusing on? What's that dynamic like where you're here, you're getting a week of stuff individualized before you guys are all with the main group?
Yeah, I mean it's been nice. I moved down here about a month ago just because of the kids' school. So when I first got down here, it was 4 guys here, and then the next week it was two more. So now that everyone's in town, it's for me it's nice to get an opportunity to meet everybody. Get to learn just with skating with them things that that will help translate into games and practices and things like that, and just trying to get up to speed as far as systems wise, reviewing some video and things like that, so that when we do hit the ice, I'm as caught up or as connected to the system and everything as I can be.
Jeff, obviously aware of the hard-nosed style that Florida Panthers play. In learning this new system, how do you kind of balance, becoming familiar and comfortable with it, with also what you're just able to personally bring your own skill set?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think it's the game that they look to play is, a game that I think I can step into and play. They say obviously the physical game, but always making sure you're moving your feet. And I think, skating is one of my better assets, skating and puck moving. So, just making sure that I'm moving my feet, keeping a gap tight, and, playing a physical game and making it hard. So I think those are things that I've done in the past, and, can bring that here.
Obviously joining the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, it's obviously a special group, and happy to be a part of a winning culture and just do whatever I can to help and find a role, and do whatever I can to help the team continue to have the success they've had.
You and Matthew both St. Louis guys. What has he told you about Florida?
Yeah, he's been great obviously to have for myself. Told me a lot about the group, Florida, everything to expect, and one of my best friends. So pretty cool that we get to play together.
Luke, you have a relationship with Bill that predates all this. Just When he called, he obviously repped you before, just to have the call from the other side, what was that like, and what's this sort of full circle moment kind of like for you?
Yeah, pretty crazy. Obviously, seeing what he's been able to do, and you know, to get that call, and obviously to have, you know, this team and organization reach out, and you know, you want to play for the best, you want to be a part of the best, and right now these, you know, the Florida Panthers are the best. So that was very exciting, and you know, there wasn't much thought that needed to go into that decision when he called.
I always thought that your style was one that would fit well with the way this team plays. Do you see it that way? Because Panthers are a physical team and you
Yeah.
play that kind of
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, physical, fast, you know, in your face, you know, play with that grit and, you know, play on that edge is something I try to do. They obviously do it. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of similarities for sure.
The stories of your former East training camp are legendary, and he was kind of bragging about it yesterday, about how people think it's going to be a little easier, and know that it will not be any easier. How much have you been warned about what's coming from him?
Yeah, I think every training camp's hard. You know, it's a time to get the group together, and you know, that's really the start, is when that, you know, first day happens and you're on the ice together and working and grinding together. Yeah, I've heard it's tough. He's talked to me about it, so yeah, looking forward to that. It'll be hard, but you know, they always are, and it's a good starting point.
Every time you guys come here, they talk about just how welcoming all the players are, the dressing room that you have. Just what have you noticed maybe about that side of it, and the guys, you know, making you comfortable?
Yeah, absolutely. It started day one. The culture here is unbelievable. You know, the short time I've been here, you can really see that. And I don't think you have success without that. So it's been awesome to come in that room and feel welcome. Just can be yourself and just go out and play.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you know, there's some turnover every year. I think, you know, that's a positive as well. You add guys, you know, that are excited to come here and be a part of what we're building. So, you know, I think it says a lot about that guys want to stay here, and guys feel, you know, a sense of pride of what we've done, and they don't really want to leave. They want to keep building on that. So it's all positive.
It's always an exciting time. Does it feel any different coming back here this year to get things going than maybe it did in years past, coming off of what you guys have accomplished, or is it just coming in, wipe the slate clean?
Yeah, it doesn't feel different at all. You know, this is always an important time of every year. So, you know, we got a nice little block here right before camp starts for us, and you know, trying to take advantage of it. And you know, it hit the ice next week, and you know, pace will be as high as it's been, you know, the last couple of years for us. So, you know, we wouldn't want it any different way.
So this is obviously a really high character guy, that goes without saying, but when you won it twice, where does that motivation come from to start over and do it again?
I mean, we answered it all year last year. Like, I mean, there's no lack of motivation. You know, as you know, the character guys we have in this room, but just in the sport in general. I mean, I don't think you see it in our sport that guys win it once and they're satisfied. You know, we're always kind of in the moment. That's just kind of, you know, how we're brought up. So there's no lack of motivation.
Does the history-making part matter at all to you guys in that it's a very short list of franchises that have won 3?
No, I mean, I said about a couple weeks ago, you know, when we were in Vegas, you know, every year the slate's clean. We're just trying to be the best any given year. You know, you're talking about some good teams and some good organizations and you know, some dynasties, if you will, of the past. You know, you're never going to be able to play against those teams. So it's really irrelevant in our mind. We're just trying to be the best team in 25-26.
Sam, for you for this week, while you guys are going to do the individual work before joining the group, just what are some things you're working on that nudge you the time to do individual stuff before the group stuff begins?
Yeah, I think this little block for us, it's an opportunity to get a little more in the gym than you otherwise can once you get on the ice, and then intensity ramps up that much more. So, you know, we know what's ahead. It's going to be another long season, a lot of hockey games. You know, so when you can get a block like this to
to prepare your body to kind of withstand that, and feel as good as you can throughout that. You have to take advantage of it.
Sam, how much is Italy on the mind of a lot of guys? Like, obviously, there's camp, and then there's game 1, game 2, and game 3, and whatever, but I'm sure it's hard to keep Italy out of the thinking at some point.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to leave the mind. That's only a positive thing. I think there might be, coming into January, the whole league's got a grueling January. I mean, you ask around, it's not just us. I'm not looking at other team schedules, but from hearing from them, it's probably as bad as ours in January. So, we're in the norm there. So it's not like anyone's going to be in a different boat. But the best thing you can do to prepare yourself for February is be as good as you can come October 7th or whatever it is. So, our focus is going through another tough camp like we have the last couple of years, and ultimately trust that we'll be ready when that time comes.